Our customer service team, myself included, we spend a lot of time going after spammers of different sorts and other kinds of bad guys. In this case, I found one that was posting a lot, and boy, the thing looked pretty iffy to me, like a possible scam. I don't know, but they were using an account at a photo sharing site where they have a very good abuse handling team. So last night I sent them a record of who the bad guy was, and that account has been canceled. I'm afraid that does no more than slow down the guy, but every little bit helps. What we need to do is enlist more sites actively doing this kind of thing, and boy, if everyone works together, we can deal with the bad guys.
Is there a role for government in that?
We would like to get some help, maybe FTC, maybe FCC, that kind of thing, but that's all very unclear. But I'm sure that the agencies are doing a heck of a job.
Now, are these spammers mostly my next door neighbor, or are they somewhere in the third world somewhere?
All of the above, frankly. We've seen them in lots of different places. The more professional ones, you really don't know where they are.
Let's go back to the conversation we were having before the buzzsaw started here. We were talking about moderation, right? We were talking about moderates in politics. And the question I asked you was, is there a major prominent political figure on the American scene today who you would define as a moderate?
We do have a whole bunch of people who fulfill that role pretty well. And the problem with the Democratic presidential candidates is that there are so many good moderate ones. And that sounds pretty good.
So we're talking about Joe Biden, Chris Dodd.
Among them, pretty much, they're all pretty moderate. What I'm looking for myself is someone who can remind both the world and then us, the American people, of what we're about. You know, America used to be that shining city on the hill. And
we'll just go on. We'll just deal with it.
Yeah, America used to be that shining city on the hill. And you know, from the point of the American people, we still are, despite the efforts of the administration to make America look like bad guys and bad business partners. We do need a president who will symbolically remind everyone that we're the good guys.
What do you make of Michael Bloomberg?
I think he's pretty good, pretty moderate. Let's see what he has going on.
Okay. Will you at some point make an endorsement?
I probably will, but I'll have to be careful to distinguish that being me from Craigslist.
Right, because it's obviously for corporate reasons, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, from a Craigslist point of view, no interest in politics except when it impinges on crime fighting. Me as an individual, for example, I work with Sunlight Foundation, which has efforts to allow everyone, including professional and citizen journalists, to help figure out what's going on in Washington. They're working really hard on databases and tools to greatly increase transparency. Of course, there's always this section on congressmen under investigation. For example, Senator Stevens, who seems to be in real trouble, but also, beyond the obvious, he was just caught trying to suppress ethics reforms. I wonder why.
So, what do you think of the way the campaigns are trying to use the net to get their message out this year?
Okay, I think there are a number of campaigns embracing the use of the internet, basically to get more people involved in the process. That is, the candidates who have genuine goodwill are working with more and more people over the net and doing lots and lots of good things. Looks like the leader in that is Obama, but there are other good efforts, for example, Ron Paul.
What do you make of the Ron Paul phenomenon, especially on the net?
Well, they're doing stuff which is really good, and I greatly sympathize since he's a libertarian. Let's say that I used to be, but now that I've paid attention in real life, I realize that the free market, well, there's a lot of friction in there, and when there's a lot of friction, that means that the market won't be able to address some real problems. I don't have a good term for what I am these days. Maybe I should just say I'm a customer service rep.
I want to talk to you a little bit about customer service because it does seem like a dying art out there, doesn't it? I mean, if you ever call a cable company, you know, you want to pull your hair out when you're done with it. Is customer service important? Is it important? And what companies are figuring this out?
Okay. Well, customer service is just a way of treating other people like you want to be treated. We do a good job. We always need to do a better job. There are companies who are doing good jobs of it, bad jobs of it. What I'm doing is discreetly working with some of the companies that I interact with to do an increasingly better job of it. It's hard because any big company has people in there who want to do a good job. The thing is, the people who don't care about that are the people who are good at office politics and who are often in control. The best commentator on this is a really well-known organizational behaviorist named Scott Adams.